Congratulations, you made it to closing. So now what happens? Well, closing is going to be scheduled. And depending on where you live and depending on your attorneys, this is sometimes digital or it might be at what's referred to as the closing table. And again, this is all going to depend on what's customary in your area. It's very common for a closing to be scheduled and everyone kind of comes together at the closing table. So you're there as the buyer, your agent is there, your attorney is there, sometimes the lender, it depends. Everyone kind of comes together, we figure out the exchange of funds, how the keys are going to be exchanged, we sign a bazillion documents, and again, it might be done differently depending on your lender, your attorney, and your area, but there's a lot of signing of documents. A good real estate attorney should have been recommended to you during this process. And a good attorney won't just review all the documents, but they'll sort of like anticipate the questions you may have and answer them in a way that makes sense and isn't just legal jargon. But if you're still unclear, always ask questions. Don't feel like you're being a pain. There are literally going to be a ton of documents. Your hands are going to hurt from signing. So after that, your attorney will send you a copy of the documents, usually digital. But if there's something that you're signing and you have no idea and you don't understand, ask them questions, okay? You'll get the digital copy. Very rarely do they hand the keys over at closing. You have to be officially on record with the Registry of Deeds before getting the keys. And at that point, your agent's going to meet you at the home, give you your keys, and welcome you there. So lots of signing, go on record, and then you move in. Once you've gone on record and you move in, then you have to start to pay. The first payment is usually due over 30 days after you move in. It's usually the end of the month plus an additional month before your first payment is due. And all of that information is going to be outlined with your attorney, highlighted in the closing package, and all of those documents that you signed. It's going to spell out how you're making the first payment, who you're sending your check to, or in most cases, people now just set up auto pay if you want to do that. Keep in mind, your principal and interest payment is not going to change as long as it's a fixed rate loan. So that's always going to remain the same, and that's going to be on page 1 of your loan estimate. However, the overall amount can change again. This is typically on page 1 as well. And that's because of the escrow. Your taxes, your insurance that go into an escrow account. So if the taxes change on your property, your taxes go up, your mortgage payment is going to go up as well, a little bit as well. If your insurance goes up, your mortgage payment's going to go up a little bit as well. If it goes down, it's going to go down. Because that stuff is usually included in your mortgage payment. So if you see a little fluctuation, that's the reason. But your principal and interest is not going to change as long as you have a fixed rate loan. You're usually not going to be blindsided by this. Your lender's always going to be sending you details about what's in your escrow account, if something has changed, like taxes or insurance. That way you'll always be aware and updated. So if you have a fixed rate loan, principal and interest always stays the same. You have taxes and insurance going into an escrow account, and that can fluctuate based on whether or not your taxes go up or down, or your homeowner's insurance rate goes up or down.